What's going on, everybody? This is Mir TV, and the match between Bayern Munich and Hamburg SV has just finished. Great match. The first half could have been faster, but the match ended brilliantly. It just made me look forward to the season. It just made me hyped, and there are two names that really impressed me today, or two debutants really that really impressed me today, and those are obviously Vidal and especially Costa. Now, for me, in the first half, Vidal was a little bit marked out of the match, but in the second half, once Alonso went off, Vidal had an excellent second half. Now, let's actually start with the first half and how the match went. Now, in the first half, it was pretty simple. We got the ball, Hamburg defended. They had essentially two backs of five, and if we played the ball to the wings, they would have two players on the wing. So I thought that what we could have done is maybe be more aggressive. So play the ball to the wing, have them cross the ball quickly. So have Robin, essentially Lamb cross, and have Costa cross quickly. But obviously those Robin and Costa are both players that are like to have the ball on their feet. So that wouldn't have happened until the second half when Pep must have told them that. But that didn't even happen, because in the first half, as I mentioned, we basically lacked the pace. We basically lacked the influence to create something. But we did score our first goal in the 27th minute after Alonso played a beautiful lofted ball into the box, and Medibinati then heads it. Not really heads it, more like shoulders it in, because he tries to head it and it comes off his shoulder, but it goes in. That's the end result. So that is 1-0. And it was 27 minutes in, so a lot of people were thinking, wow, what's going on? Why is this match, why is it only 1-0? And I'm happy as long as we win. I don't care if we win by 1-0 or if we win by 15-0. As long as we win, that's all I care about. But I also thought that goal, it kind of summed up the match. Like, we were better, we were the side that was attacking. But Hamburg was really good defensively, and I have to give them credit for that, because I've been looking at them last season, this preseason as well, and they've been awful in defense. But somehow today, the first half especially, they were really good in defense. But then comes the second half, and I don't know what Pep must have told the team, but he must have told them something, and boom, they switched on. They played with pace. Now, there were a lot of fouls in this game. Spaj, especially, he fouled Lewandowski like 5 or 6 times, and I thought, he should have gotten a red card potentially, because he made 2 tackles that should have been yellow each. So you should have definitely gotten a red card in my opinion, but it didn't matter at the end of the day, because as we were playing, we were creating chances and whatnot. We get our second goal via Alonso, I believe, who passes the ball into Müller, who heads it back, and then Lewandowski just calmly slots it into the bottom corner. Damn, I can't speak. So that's 2-0, and you're thinking, okay, now Hamburg is in trouble. This could get really ugly, and it did get really ugly. Hamburg, after that 2-0, they just completely shut off. It was basically, they didn't even defend, because in the first, as I mentioned, in the first half, they actually kept up the two backs of 5, so we weren't able to actually attack. But in the second half, they would just start tired. It must have, it's the first game of the season, so it must have been really tiring for them to actually be able to do that. And we really came into the game at that point. Now, the 3-0 was a goal after Mari Götze struggles a bit and then passes the ball under a lot of stress to Costa, who just gets the ball, goes to the wing, and then with the outside of his bloody foot, cross the ball into the box. Thomas Müller heads it into the goal. 3-0. Easy, simple, smooth. That was the goal where it's just Twitter and Reddit and Facebook and all the sides just kind of went into a meltdown. Everyone's like, oh man, this is Costa. This is Costa, man. And honestly, a lot of people have been saying, including me, I've been saying that as well. Pre-season, you can't judge, you can't really judge a player, which is fair. A lot of teams, a lot of players have really had great pre-seasons, but then had awful actual season. The one I can think of is Robinho for Manchester City. He had a really great preseason, but a terrible actual season. So he had to still prove himself, but I think based on what I've seen today, I can say that he's a great purchase, and he's going to be excellent for us. Now, as I mentioned, he got his assist, and then he went on to score a 5th. he went to score his own goal as well. But I get to that later because the next goal that we scored was the 4-0. Lewandowski, he slots the ball into Müller. Müller just rounds the keeper and slots it in nicely. Easy. And that was 4-0. And obviously, as I mentioned, Douglas Costa scored his 5th as well. He deserved it. I don't know what the Hamburg player was doing. He just goes to the ground. Rafinha and Costa just looking at him like, what's going on here? like, why didn't you just go to the ground? Anyway, Rafinha just gets the ball, passes it to Costa. Costa goes to the left, slots it in. A la Robin. Simple. 5-0. And the game ends. That was in the 87th minute. It was a beautiful goal. Really Robin-esque. So if you know how Robin scored this goal, you know how Costa scored that goal. That's the best way to put it. My man of the match, that is really difficult to do because we really played 2 different ways in the first and the second half, just because in the first half, Hamburg was really good defensively, whereas in the second half, they were just awful defensively. So in the first half, for me, this is a surprise pick. I know a lot of people wouldn't have guessed that, based with all the pre-match kind of talk. Alonso for me was in the first half our best player. I thought Boateng could have had a good shot as well, but then again he was the one that caused Alonso to get a yellow card, which basically prevented a chance for Hamburg, and he also had to suffer a yellow card because he did a little, I don't know what he did, but he just got the ball and I guess he kind of lost the ball in his feet, and Hamburg got the ball and then he had to commit a foul. So for me in the first half, definitely Alonso. He was our best player. He really did well in the first half, and I think, all the people that were criticizing him pre-match, I think you need to kind of just lay off. It's good and all to criticize a player after a match if they really played bad and whatnot, because I understand that. I totally understand that, but I just think before a match, the coach will have thought about something, and if the coach puts a player in, most likely it's for a reason. And Alonso was great in the first half. He kind of dropped off a little second half. In the second half, once he came off and I believe Götze came on for him, that is when things changed. We were a lot more attacking. Then Robin came off as well, and Thiago came on, and then Lam came off, and Rafinha came on. I thought that we played a lot better in that portion of the game, just because we were a lot more attacking. We had a lot more attacking players, and it showed. We got the 4 goals in the second half. So that's just what I think. In the second half, I don't know who the best player is. The good shout would be Costa. He got an assist. He got a goal. Probably a man of the match overall. Although I think that Lewandowski and Müller have a good shot as well, especially Lewandowski, because Lewandowski scored one and he assisted one. So you could say that as well. You could also say Müller, he's got 2 goals, current top goal scorer of the league. But I just think, overall, based on the first and the second half, I'd give it to Costa. He's my man of the match. Douglas Costa, his first Bundesliga match, and for me, man of the match. What do you guys think? Does he deserve it? Does he not? Was his game good? Was his game not? I think it was great. I think it was a great game. I just don't think it was the best game that you could have had as your first game of the season, just because it was so one-sided that I wouldn't have put that as the first game of the season if I was in charge of the DFL. But that's just my opinion. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. This was me, Zenmir TV. As always, rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up, because that always helps perfectly. But that is all for this video. As always, peace out and have a nice day.